Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Nita Healing. I'm Nita, and today I'm going to be doing my reading a little bit different. I've been kind of following the whole murder of Valeria Marquez. Um, she was shot on live TikTok. So I kind of been following her and her story and what happened before and what's been happening up until this point. And police don't have any suspects, but right now they're kind of looking at the cartels and they're trying to blame the ex-boyfriend, which the ex-boyfriend is a person that both Valeria and her best friend Vivian both dated. Now, all of Valeria's fans and followers are kind of looking at her two best friends, Valeria de la Torre and Erica Hernandez. Let's start with Erica. Erica was at the shop with Valeria, and she kind of was glued to her side to make sure that she stayed at the shop. And then she was the one that picked up the phone after the murder happened. And you kind of see her smirking a little bit on camera. Now, I know that if that was my best friend and if that had just happened, I would not be that calm and I would not be smirking on camera. So, Erica, why were you smirking on camera? And on top of that, Vivian kept telling her to stay at the shop because she was going to meet her there. And Valeria was already having weird gut feelings that she shouldn't be there, that something was going to happen. She was even mentioning, like, who are these people on a motorcycle? Are they coming to kill me? Do they want to try to take me? What is happening? And then she was talking to her friend Vivian, and her friend Vivian was telling her to stay at the shop because some expensive gifts were coming, and she made sure that she stayed there to wait for those gifts. And she was waiting for Vivian. Vivian said she was going to be there, and it had been 2 hours. 2 hours had gone by, and Valeria was getting very anxious. And then it happened. Let's rewind to before the shooting, where Vivian was seen in one of Valeria's TikTok videos where she was doing a gun sign 3 times off with their heads, hang up the phone. What is that, Vivian? What does that mean? Because they shot her. They shot her 3 times and she was dead, right? So, what does that mean? What does that mean, Vivian? Can you explain yourself about that? And I know that Vivian and Valerie had gotten in a huge fight over the guy that they were seeing. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of weird coincidences, but we all know there's no such thing as coincidences, right? So, today I'm going to do a tarot reading about Valeria Marquez and the people that were involved and her two best friends, Vivian and Erica. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. Please give us clear, accurate, easy to understand answers about Valeria's murder, about the people involved. Please show us clearly what we need to know. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to pull all these out and then I'm going to go over all of them. Wow. All right. Wow, look at this first one that came out. It's called The Beauty. Who do you think that's talking about? She was beautiful, right? Everybody loved her. She was loved by everyone. She was beautiful. My grandpa used to always say that the most beautiful women on earth live in Jalisco, Mexico. And it's true. She was gorgeous. She was loved by many. She had, what, nearly 200,000 followers? She was definitely a beauty, and nobody could compare to that. Not her friends, not anyone, right? But the scales are being balanced. Justice will prevail. Spirit is fighting hard, and so is she beyond the grave. Because this is about justice, right? This is about karma, justice being served, right? Wrongs being made right. The truth about liars will be coming out. The truth will prevail. All right, now I'm just going to pull out some tarot. With that. Wow, look at that. We got 3 of Swords for the beauty. 3 of Swords. This is being stabbed in the back. This is heartbreak. This is loss. Complete loss. And 3 people were involved. There's 3 swords there in a heart about the beauty. Wow. Can it be any more clear than that, you guys? Now I kind of want to do what's the tea for that. They were too busy winning or trying to win. There was jealous. There was, they were envious. They wanted to win. They wanted to be on top. They wanted to be like the beauty, but they can't. They can't, right? They can't be like the beauty. They're not her. But look at that, you guys. Wow, too busy winning. They wanted to win at all costs. So they did whatever they had to do to take her out. Why are they trying to take her out? Because they wanted her fame. They wanted her followers. What else? Thank you, Spirit. She had a lot of money. She knew how to make money, right? She knew how to balance everything out. Or there is going to be somebody with money that's going to balance the scales, that's going to do some heavy investigation work or put some money into investigation for the murder of Valeria. But yeah, they were after her fortune, I believe, her fame and her fortune and her money, the followers. The challenging position, we've got the liar. Yeah, look at that. They're wearing a fake mask. They're false friends. They're backstabbers. They weren't being true. This was the challenge. And it was written in the stars, guys. This liar, this person that entered her life, was written in the stars. They already had a plan. And this is in the challenge position, so this was the challenge. Right? It's like they rewrote the Akashic records for themselves because they went ahead with this and they went ahead with this plan and they did it and they followed it through. They're liars, right? They're lying. But they change things. They changed the Akashic field. They changed the records and the books in the Akashic library. They rewrote things in the stars. I'm going to pull from my what's the tea? Wow, look at that, you guys. Stalker, stalking, watching, obsessed. Yeah, they were for sure obsessed with her. They were stalking, yes. They were constantly watching. They were obsessed with her. They lied about everything. They're liars. Wow. 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 Tell me more. Tell me more about the stalking, watching, obsessed, and the liar, please, Spirit. Oh, we've got 2. Wow. Yeah, they made a plan. They made a plan to end things, to end her. They maybe even paid the hitman off because with the Knight of Pentacles, that's coins. They decided to go in a certain direction. And with the Ten of Swords, they decided to end things, end her life, stab her in the back. They literally stabbed her in the back, and they probably stabbed her in the back multiple times, all throughout their friendship. They were never true, especially Miss Vivian de la Torre. Wow, wow. All right, so moving along to advice from Spirit, we got Mother. Now, I know her mother is probably devastated. This girl is my daughter's age, and you best believe that if this happened to my daughter, I would be furious. I would come after you and your family. I would put spells and curses on you because I'm a witch and I come from a long line of witches. And I would. And I still might. You girls need some self revealing spells done on you, and I just might do that. Because from one mother to another, I can't imagine my daughter being shot up on live television, on live TV, on live broadcast. And then for her two friends to act so nonchalant. And I know Miss Vivian has done, what, 35 to 40 videos after her best friend has been murdered? Like, who does that? Who does that? No, 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 no. Yeah, her mom is probably becoming this kind of this warrior. She's gonna fight for her daughter, and I pray for her, and I pray that she does. I pray that she seeks justice for her child, because I know I would, right? I know I would become a warrior. I'm a mama bear when you mess with my babies, and that's a no, right? All right, Spirit, why is Mama there? Mm-hmm. Wow. So I feel like the into you and the good chemistry and great vibes with the thief and the robbed is about the ex-boyfriend. The into you, the good vibes. Yeah, I think he was really into Valeria, the guy. But Miss Vivian was jealous, upset. She wanted to rob and take what was not hers or what didn't belong to her or what she thought belonged to her. Wow. This literally says robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. Yeah, they physically robbed her of her life. Why? Out of jealousy? Right? Out of jealousy. Because he was into Valeria over Vivian. Yeah. Wow, girls. Then here comes a stranger coming through the door, right? With a gift. Who is this stranger coming through the door? Somebody that she didn't know. Somebody that she had a weird feeling about, right? And then we got the wheel. The wheel is turning, and it's turning in her favor. The truth will be revealed. The scales will be balanced. All right, Spirit. Wow. Looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. So this stranger was trying to get more info on her, to know about her. Maybe that's why the pig was bought, so he could know that she was a target because she was the one holding the stuffed pig. But people are researching her now. People are looking her up because of what happened, right? People are doing their own homework and their own research. All her fans are super upset. And I don't think they're going to stop or give up until justice is served and we know who's involved, right? Yeah. Yeah. Romantic love affair, exactly. They were having a romantic love affair. Maybe she was trying to make Valeria jealous. You know, they were obsessed. Maybe Vivian was having a secret affair with the one guy that they were both involved with, and it didn't turn out well. Show me more. Show me more, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. So right now there's a period of pause or a period of waiting with the Hermit. It's like people are, and there's a heavy investigation going on right now. So there's a bit of a pause because they're trying to probably figure everything out, do all the research, right? And see all the videos. But the truth will be revealed with the Sun card. This is a yes to our question. Was it her friends, Vivian and Erica? Were they involved? Yes, I do believe they were because this is a yes to our question. This is the birth of something brand new. This is the beginning of something positive, right? Yes, I do feel like the truth will be revealed. It is written in the stars, right? This is about healing. There will be healing for Valeria Marquez and her whole entire family. Yes. All right, Spirit. Thank you so much for being here. And I thank all of you for being here. And if you guys like this, or if it resonated with you guys, if you guys believe that her best friends are also involved, go ahead and hit that like button and share with your friends and family. And then if you'd like to follow my channel, I'll probably be making more videos like this about this case until it gets solved. And then you can hit that little bell and it'll let you know when my next video comes up. And then if you'd like to comment, because I'd love to know what you're thinking or how you're feeling, I would love to respond. All right. Thank you so much. Love and light.